Absolutely just so thrilled to be able to have some um, common knowledge of different things like this and bring some different things to different people's attention and whatnot. Ooh, trip. All right. Basically, you'd like to look up a video of mine really quick. Before we get into, we're gonna go back in time this morning. We're gonna, like I was saying before I started this, I thought of something and say we're gonna remain here in the flesh, but we're going to go back to the 70s. Actually, we're going to talk about Hillary Clinton and her ethics. A lot of us we talk about different people's moralities and morals and stuff. Which I guess that some of the stuff that they have, what they say, I guess they have kind of a little bit of a point, but not all the time. Just, just sometimes they have a point. That basically, I'm trying to say, my mic was uh not on. Sorry. I was saying we're going back in time this morning. We're going to I'm trying to look up one of my videos right now on my channel. It shows basically what she was talking, what I heard in the news yesterday briefly, what she was talking about was some about uh, minimum wage, raising minimum wage. I said that to somebody and they said, well, didn't they already raise minimum wage? Well, I guess she wants to raise minimum wage again. Let me see if I can do a quick search on here. Okay. Uh, okay. Um, uh, what is it? Talking about, shoot. Uh, mom wage? Yeah. And, and see, we're not, bashing people. Real American. Let's see if I ever come up. Yeah, Hulk Hogan comes up. I don't come up. The Real American. So I'm gonna have to look for it. I'll just tell you so that we can get past that because this video is about who this person is, and I need to take us back in time, like in a time machine. We're gonna stay here in the physical, but kind of like one of them synthetic or what is it? Those weird types of computer thing that you generate. You go in somewhere, whatever. When you put this mask on or whatever, we're gonna sort of go like that, go back in time with um, the story, with the storyline of what I'm talking about. But anyways, I could just tell you, look at European, um, look it up, look up Europeans minimum wage going up, and what's to come from them doing that is eventually we'll have robots taking over different people's jobs because they'll only be able to pay they'll well basically as they say be only able to pay less people to do um, less tasks. So they're going to eventually introduce robots to take over people's jobs with that. But we're talking about inflation. So anytime a politician tells you that they want to raise minimum wage, they're not being straightforward with people because if I was running and I've been saying this for years now for what I believe, and that is we don't go fight for. to raise minimum wage because then the cost of everything else goes up. You want to go and fight to lower minimum wage. So I look at here. I'll look this up, and it's fact checks how Richard Nixon created Hillary Clinton. I'll tell you if you want to do your own research on this, you can look this up. But Hillary Clinton was one of the people adamant that they get rid of Nixon over ethics violations on Watergate. And then these people, for whatever reason, they get the same stuff way worse than Nixon could ever have dreamed of, and compiled. I mean, concentrated crimes, amount of crimes that this woman and other Democrats have perpetrated against all of us, against our country, America, and even other countries, people in democracy, for democracy. So I just want to know how, in the hell did Richard Nixon? Because when I explain Richard Nixon's situation, I said it like killing Nixon, like I said, killing Kennedy. You know, they did the next best thing that they could do to get rid of a president, and that was impeach him over something stupid. You know, I don't even know who Richard Nixon's um his advisors were, but Kennedy had obviously had some shitty ass advisors telling him, yeah, you need to go out here and basically get your head blown off. And Kennedy was a very talented and intellectual individual, and I do not know how he actually fell for that, but they would have maybe have tried the next best thing for him, and that would be impeaching him, trying to impeach him somehow. But back in the day, they said Hillary Clinton right here. And you can look this up for your own self and your own sake also. You'll see it's on Snopes. So I don't know that I would really trust Snopes as a legitimate. If they catch a true story, maybe they might try to spin it in their way, maybe or something. Maybe that's what's wrong with Snopes, or maybe Snopes is um, actually legitimate. But this is what I looked up and came out with in the search engine when I said Ethics Committee on Hillary Rodham Clinton back during the 70s. And it says Hillary Clinton's former boss, that was the chairman of the Democrat Party, fired her for ethics violation. He said she was a lying, dirty backstabber. He said she was she was one of the most untrustworthy people he's ever come in contact with. So he fired her. The Democrat Party. So going back in time, even more, we're just gonna say that there was once upon a time when America had two different party systems. The two-party system actually did not do things for an establishment Republican and all of its goals to make sure that it keeps people and things and everything operating right where they're supposed to be, or whatever that is, not really moving forward or breaking away or, coming up with a solution or anything together, right? So they have a bit of their own kind of corruption of separating people up. So we look back in time and we see a time when there was not in the Democrats either, the elitist world globalists that wanted to operate all the countries together. They had John F. Kennedy, and Kennedy was so pro American. I'm telling you, I would love to become the president just so that I can go back and look at some of the stuff Kennedy was doing and these other people were doing, and they would make me an enemy just like them. And they want to either assassinate you, impeach you, or something. But they're well, all these people get away get away with this. So this is in from Citizens Action. I just got this. They keep throwing the advertisements up there. They say, is Obama covering for Hillary? Now, see, here's the thing. I've been saying also here for a while that there is no way this jackass right here, okay, is going to be able to do anything for Hillary. People are saying, oh, well, he'll just give her a pardon. Well, in my opinion, I think that's highly illegal because they were working side by side and actually on the same thing. It wasn't like Obama just told her, "Hey, go help yourself or go take care of this." You know what I mean? And then Hillary went off and screwed up. No, they were both in on it and together, and with the help of the media, they covered up what baffling idiots these guys are. If this was a football game, I don't know how many times this guy has already fumbled and the other team recovered the ball. If I can put it to you any more simpler than that, Guantanamo Bay, Iraq, I mean, you name it, he's got every leftist thing thrown in the kitchen sink. And you don't think that Hillary, Hillary Clinton is guilty of anything or done any wrong, or can do no wrong. And I mean, and George Bush could have been perfect. He could have been like Christ all the way, and they would have still came up with some kind of way. In the media, they're just they're so conniving about for whatever reason they're not for us, and they're not for getting us back to a time when there was in that two-party system, they had more of an agenda with the candidates that won that was for the process of your economy and your democracy and everything and eliminating inflation. So all this I'm getting to is this is I mean to me in my opinion this is so corrupt and it's just it's evil and it's deserving of exposure. It's deserving of being tried in court and being tried criminally, you know, of all these different things. And people want to be like, oh, like, oh, well, what is it with you guys? Oh, because he was the first black guy or whatever. Well, I don't know how long they can keep um, blanketing or trying to disguise or you know fool people that these guys are actually that much against all of us. So, whom is Hillary Clinton? She is Miss Anti-American slash democracy. So Nixon was you understand that when America's economy is working good and we have Japan, we have Germany, we have Italy, we have all these other countries. They want to maybe call themselves socialists. Do we want to really get into that? Because socialist is a dictatorship. They tell you, what to eat. They tell you where to live, what bed to sleep in, what size the bed is, what size shoe to wear, you know? So I don't know if we want to get into that, but we want to get into telling about how we get into this collaboration with other countries and places that are for democracy. And um, Nixon understood. Nixon understood full well that, or maybe it just worked its way out that way. Nixon uh, fixing the American economy and doing good for our economy helped out exchange with other economies and is like a global type of economy, but they have all their own systems. So that's what all of us that are against the global economy are against. We're against them all making one economy, and however you're supposed to understand that, you're actually taking, um, everything that all those different countries and us, we put in our own money and everything. I mean, down to the creativeness on the dollar itself. I mean, they want to put it into one where now it's going to be what we're going to go by one language or something now. So, uh, all those different economies have a different language or whatever to go to them too. You just can't make a world economy and everything be okay. So, um, there was a time when people went to vote before uh, the impeachment of Nixon. Nixon ran against Kennedy. From what I understand back then, I wasn't alive. It was a little while before I was even born when that went down. But it was a time when those people didn't have a globalist agenda coming from either party. So the Democrat Party actually got off key too within the last 50 years or so because their guy John F. Kennedy had beat Nixon, which was a guy that they were both pro-American, but at the time they would have had two pro-American like agendas, and the people would have had to have voted obviously for um, back then something that was healthy for people in the economy. And now we've got to the point where now we want to see, uh, who can buy and cheat, um, to get to the top or whatever nowadays. And all I'm saying is that Hillary is, if you want to know who she is, she's a liar and she's a scandal artist. She will, I mean, she's right in there. Somebody who comes up with shit in their head, right away from some mistakes and things they don't want to take responsibility for or whatever. They act like they took responsibility for it or whatever, but it's still gonna be so shitty. Act like you we deserve, we owe you something. Like we owe Hillary something, for the stuff that they've done. But she truly um was in on the impeachment. So was Fred Thompson. That's why when Fred died recently, I'm not gonna um like disgrace the guy or anything. I was just saying when he died, he made me remember all the scandal and one thing they had on Nixon. Now it seems like the stuff that all these guys have done got away with. You won't even take. Nothing's happening to this Obama guy or Hillary, and then the federal government, the FBI, is investigating these people, and if they're not brought up on charges and nothing happens to them, that shows a deep-rooted corruption. In my opinion, I think it's a deep-rooted criminal corruption thing going on that we don't know about. That's just running all through our government at that point. If you let all these people get away with these ethic violations, I don't know how you want to call it, immoral or ethics. When the four Americans were killed there, and they could have got them out. I mean, and they could have done more, but they refused, and they broke the law. So, um, I don't know how much this is like. It's callous. It's cold and callous what these people did, and they still come at us like, "Oh, let's go vote for me." you know. So she obviously has no room to talk. So going having um being dirty handed and in on this collaborative scheme to um destroy America, or I mean get America good. I mean stab America. I mean when they shanked us, our country this time, I mean they put poison on the blade when they stuck it in, because they plan to when if they end up backing off or getting voted out or whatever, they wanted the poison to remain. Can you understand? Can you understand that? So, and it runs a little bit into the Republicans' vein when we can describe them as establishment, and they're becoming more and more obvious to me, in my opinion, uh, when them and the media are talking bad about different people and things. I haven't heard them say a word really in my medias and stuff about Cruz or imagine any other Republican, because I don't think that they believe that Trump is going to lose. So all the media negative stuff has been all aimed at Trump. All I know is he hasn't been a politician in there. He's been a businessman for a while now. So I don't know. They think, or I don't even know if they even believe that or not, but they're going to compare Trump to some kind of fascism, and then what in the world is the stuff Obama's been doing, helping ISIS close Guantanamo Bay, pull us out of Iraq, leave those people there to die. I mean, give a shit, what you think. We're pulling out. We'll pull our ass out of Afghanistan or anywhere else where it'll make Obama look like a brother or whatever to the Taliban or the damn ISIS or whatever they left billions of dollars worth of our military's equipment instead of training all those people. So I don't know why the Iraqi army looked in dismay when I went and looked on the videos or whatever. I seen uh, they looked like the Kurds and the other outfits, Muslim outfit groups out there were the only ones that had their shit together, and the rest of them, the Iraqi army or whatever that we tried to help, had their heads up their ass. In my opinion, that's just what I believe. And is that another deliberate thing? I mean, I think it is. I wanted to also say that there's obviously, when we made a video the other day, we're trying to point out about there's always been a model. We've always had um, these people that represent either good or bad. So, um, honesty, uh, and trying to be legit with you, is one thing. But actually selling out and then planning attack after attack after attack on people, that's what these guys. It's like they aimed um everything at all of us instead of they took all the attention away from the terrorists. I don't know how much attention they could put on me, or anybody else in particular, or what I'm doing to not get very much attention. So I get with the small amount of people that view my videos, I believe that I am successful even with the tiniest margins of views on my videos. I always somehow seem to make my point. I get my point across, and I win anyways. Don't ask me how I do it. Um, I just do. So, marginalizing Hillary Clinton. She is so her and her husband have ties to anti-American, I mean hate to America protests and rallies and stuff. So that's where you get him dodging the draft and them escaping other places and acting like Jane Fonda maybe a bit. So you're really getting somebody wicked like Jane Fonda. But this guy right here could have back in the '60s had went and done something um, anti-American, anti our troops and stuff. I guarantee you, he would have been right in there spitting on the troops and you know disgracing our country. And here he is. He's the commander in chief, huh? He wanted to be the president because he wanted to do such good for America. I don't know exactly how much good this guy's done or not, but back in we might have bit of an interruption because we have dogs and uh, we have one that's just kind of a goofball. Uh, he'll start barking and he won't quit until they take him outside. And that makes my little dog right here behind me bark. So I'll try to get through this the best that I can here. So, in my opinion, let's see if I can do an opinion type of thing here. Let's see if I put myself on the spot. Sure. I'm gonna put myself on the spot. Say, who is Hillary Clinton? Miss Anti-American. So she's like kind of like a communist type of they say socialism. Um, Socialism is um, really not what you think. It's not like being social with people and going out there and mingling. So they throw these words out there like how they have different signs for like conquer. Let's conquer these guys, and be kind of stupid a little bit. But anyways, I mean, if she becomes president, um, your inflation is gonna rise. You're gonna see robots take over people's jobs. She's not gonna have any way to control or stop that. America is gonna go deeper into debt. The train going right off the cliff. It's not going to stop. Up to this point, I don't know how America on that train has not already reached the Democrats' goal and destination and fell off the cliff because you look at the way that they try to leave things that they tried to manipulate in law and other things when they're gone, how they manipulated it in wording and other ways. So it's really hard to retract or do away with a lot of the stuff that they have done, like Obamacare. Like, good luck getting rid of Obamacare. If you get Trump in there. Although I was going to say I'm going to give an example. I'm going to try my best to. And it's only going to be like probably maybe $16 or $20 maybe a month, but I'm going to do an example with dental insurance. I'm going to go and buy some insurance, and then I'm going to have some work done or whatever. But I'm going to do that as an example to this Obamacare and other people getting sucked into this. Like, why wouldn't you just go out and buy, your own health insurance for $20 a month instead of paying um, how much ever they can get you for? If you go and get a good job, they're gonna wind up taking way more than $20 a month from you for your medical insurance. The government is, if you go get a good job. So a lot of the things that they do are directed at businesses, small businesses, people's success. Uh, they want to take all that away and be able to give you what they want to give you. So, anyhow, there's a couple of things, like I said, this lady, Hillary Clinton, don't let her fool you. She was on the Nixon panel getting on to him for what he did in Watergate, and with even Fred Thompson, from what I understand, like I said, had helped to get Nixon impeached. So where is she with Obama today? She's right with him, like in the den, in the nest or wherever they are. So, right, sorry, I'm not gonna even pay attention to him. I'm gonna ignore him. So, anyways, the head, from what I understand, is too. You can also look this up yourself. I put it in the video. It says that from what I understand, the chairman for the Democrat Party back in the 70s, when Nixon impeachment went down, and all this through the 70s and parts of the 70s. You can go look it up and figure it out exactly. But they said um, that she had no ethics. She was a conniver, a liar. He said she did things on purpose to manipulate things. Just a cold, calculated, what do you say, pathological liar. That's what she is. That's people who don't vote for that. Maybe we should all start looking at people who are pro Hillary Clinton still, well, even more than the ones that are the Bernie Sanders people or whatever, because that takes a little bit more of, I don't even know what kind of a person would actually vibe with Hillary Clinton. Somebody who won't ever tell you the truth, who won't ever really come clean. And obviously, that looks like what happened in Benghazi there. She could actually put us in a large scale of all that to come. So I don't know what people expect that I'm going to, um, I say, arm myself. I'm going to arm myself to the teeth. I mean, so that if anything happens, if she gets elected, we're even if Trump, I'm voting for Trump. We're gonna see how that goes. But no matter how it goes, I'm going to get myself some assault rifles. I'm going to get myself some pistols and a bunch of ammo. I'm going to figure out the best that I can how to hold that down legitimately and basically not be looked at and be just ready with everybody else. I would recommend that. Not so much even anymore to say like somebody out here on the street's gonna kill me. You know what I mean? That could happen. That could be very real, but that's not where I would be focused on the ammunition and the armory that I'm talking about. Um, I don't know. I might even make a like a tight ass cage for it where it's all locked down like the military or the police would have, where it's locked up inside there. Sort of check it out to myself. And what it's for is it's going to be for in case we lose our country or we lose our ass or something bad like that happens, and they come for you and they're gonna kill us all like they did in Benghazi, because people want to live in a fantasy world where they do not believe that these type of things can really truly happen to you, and you think that because you're in America or wherever you're at, it's all peachy koo, and this thing won't ever happen to you. So you need not be prepared. So you need to be sitting ducks, sit there wait. The government here, they're the last people that I am worried about as far as like having to take up arms or worry myself about them killing me or anything like that. I absolutely can trust that I have absolutely zero reason to worry about the government, um, or having to have ammunition or ammo to protecting myself against them or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. That's just retarded. Forgive me for saying it. That's, I know, politically incorrect. We really shouldn't be saying that. Anyways, um, but all I'm saying is for my true enemies. I don't know exactly who they all are, what that would amount to, but it would definitely not be um, somebody who is pro-America or pro-democracy or somebody who wants to see the end result where more people are protected, um, and our economy's safe, and our bank accounts are cool, and the bank doesn't need a bailout or to steal my money from my account with the help from the government either, because they're not conniving people, they're not doing bad deals, you know. So, I don't know who they think Hillary Clinton is, but she is, underlying, all of those things. She is a terrible individual. She is the worst thing in the world. The last person that I would ever want, besides this guy here, I don't even know how America's held it together with this guy in there who should have been booted out, you know, um, basically maybe 2 years in, and then booted out before he even made it through his first term. Obama, that's what I'm talking about. He is attacked and went after the Constitution and wants to take away everybody's rights, or wants to somehow find a way to use your constitutional rights against you or against us. Like the last person that I would ever trust or want, and those people are all the same. I don't know how people think that they're any different. Look at even Bernie Sanders. They're like, no, he's an independent. He's a blah blah blah. He's only got $700,000 in his bank account. Well, if you look at Bernie Sanders, you look at his track record, he's voted, and aligned himself with, over and over and over again, periodically, and this is what the guy is known for, is um, Democrat deals. So he would be the same exact thing as Obama. He's just knows how to spin it different to you, and tell you, oh no, that's not how it is. I don't even want to listen to those people debate. But go ahead and go listen to how corny. There should be crickets, basically, at the Democrat. The Democrats should list for any reason. It's not just ethics, but for that corny ass um, debate performance, and should have crickets all around going chirp chirp. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can bring a cricket sound in here. Sounds. Yep, here it is. Ready? Here. There it is. Alright. So I did a good job. This is the Democratic convention, and this right here, this is the Republicans, right? Debate stage. Here's the Democrat debate stage. Here's the Republican one.